Oh, and here we are. Welcome to another edition of Sports Talk alongside Marty Mad Dog Murphy. I'm Matt LeMadlin. And
Get it right. Special guest.
special guest, Marty Mad Dog Murphy. Yes, yes, yes. My dad, Norm LeMadlin, needed the night off, which is probably a first, Marty. I can't imagine.
I can only think of one other time.
Yeah, yeah.
Since he's been back in Connecticut, I think only one other time.
Yeah.
That
It's crazy.
we had to do a show without him. I think he decided your mom decided she wanted to go out to dinner, and he was taking her, and he didn't have a choice.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. It could be. And everything's fine. He just had some stuff. He had some running around to do. He got home late. I'm sure he's either napping right now or watching us at home. I told him if he felt like it to give us a call, but Dad, relax. Don't worry about it. We got this tonight. Phone number 203-753-7593 if you want to talk to us. We'd love to hear from you. We got Knicks, NBA, we got finals, we got NHL finals, we got Yankees, Red Sox. If we get to it all, we got Belmont Stakes, so we got plenty to talk about. And if you want to, say anything or give us a holler, please do. As always, we want to thank Mike Albini and Big Al Coles in the back for helping us out and taking care of business. So here we go, Marty. Game 3 tonight, and it hasn't been much of a series. Well, I guess the games have been good, right?
Yeah, the games have been good.
Yeah. The Knicks have come back.
I mean, I've seen the highlights.
Last game they did for sure.
I've seen the highlights because since they changed the way the NBA's played, I can't sit through it full games. So I wait till the games are over, and then I watch highlights.
Gotcha.
When they're important games, which is basically the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I the only NBA games I've watched all year has been highlights of all of the playoff games from the East and the West, every single game.
Right.
So I kept up on what the teams were doing. So it's not. Because I'm a Celtic fan. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Celtic fan from old days. So.
Well, last week when you weren't here, my dad and I were talking about it. We're kind of like, well, we're kind of being hypocrites here because we've always talked bad about the NBA during the regular season, and it's just how the fans chant defense, and there's no such thing in the league. But I'll tell you what, I have absolutely loved this Knicks run. It's now, 13 games in a row that they've won. They only have 2 losses in the playoffs. What was it to the Hawks?
Lost to Atlanta.
Yeah, lost to Atlanta. They've swept through.
They lost. I don't know if it was the first 2.
Yeah,
had to have been the first 2 because had to have been the first 2 because they won 3.
Yeah.
No, so now they could have went 1-1.
Yeah,
and then they won 3.
Yeah, and then it's been 2 sweeps.
Yeah,
and now
2.
Yeah.
Because they said if the Knicks can close out in 4, it'll be 15 straight games with a win.
Wow,
they would be the first NBA team to ever do that.
Yep.
In the playoffs.
Well, you know what? I think San Antonio is going to find a way to win tonight. But you know what? Listen, I would love to see a Knicks sweep. I love the fact that they haven't won in 53 years.
53 years.
And they haven't even appeared since '99, losing to the Spurs.
Yeah.
So this would be great revenge, right? Marty, I don't think it's going to happen, but you and I were talking about it before the game. Game 4 is at MSG, which is definitely going to happen, right? On Wednesday, 5 goes back to the Spurs. 6 comes back to MSG. 7 goes to back to the Spurs. Will it make it to June 19th?
No.
I don't think so either.
I honestly, I don't think the Spurs are going to win a game. I don't.
Yeah. Tell you what, it's amazing because, I'm just shocked that the Knicks have rolled like they have through the playoffs.
The difference between this year and last year is you and I'm sorry, Tibbs is a great coach.
Yeah.
He is a great coach.
Yeah.
He can get you to the promised land.
Right.
He can't get you to win the promised land.
Right. Well, the players still got to play. That's
right,
the thing,
but,
Marty.
But,
right?
but here's the difference. You look at in Tibbs' runs.
Right.
The biggest thing when you got into the playoffs, your starters were exhausted because they played so many minutes.
Right.
You changed head coach.
Yeah.
he utilized the bench a lot more.
Right, and they have. There's no doubt about it.
And what that did, you got into the playoffs. You had two things in your favor. Your starting five was well rested,
Right, right.
and your bench knew how to play basketball.
Well, I'll tell you
And but if you look at the way the Knicks have won the first two games,
what. Right,
you had Cat and Brunson both on the bench,
right.
and
You're so right.
then go on runs
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to pass the Spurs
Right.
and take a lead. I mean, so the team bought in.
Yeah,
The superstars brought in. The team brought in, and they were playing as brothers and as a team, and they want to win for each other. It's not, I look good if we win. They're winning for each other.
and there's a great Villanova connection, which I had no idea about. Brunson, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges were both NCAA champs well, all three of them, sorry, were all champs at Nova in 2016.
Yeah.
And then Brunson and Bridges won again in 2018, which I did not know that. Once Josh Hart moved to the NBA,
Yeah.
I was like, wow. So I guess I just didn't realize how good Nova basketball was those couple of
Oh, yeah.
years.
They were great
But I'll tell you,
back then.
Brunson is
Yeah.
unbelievable. He really is. That kid, and he's a hothead, but he wants to win, right? And he's not a big guy out there, but boy, he is not scared to drive the paint, and he's just,
And the difference this year versus last year is he got to the playoffs and he's not exhausted.
yeah.
He didn't beat on his body all season to get to the playoffs.
Right.
Like I said, the difference between last year with Tibbs and this year with Brown
Yeah.
is that he utilized the bench.
Right.
And the biggest one is he got Bridges to buy in
Okay.
to something big, because Bridges has come up like like I said, I'm not a big basketball guy, but my friends that are Knicks fans, they were all ticked off that the Knicks traded 5 first-round draft picks to get Bridges to the Nets.
Wow, it's crazy.
And they're turning around saying, biggest mistake we ever made. But you know what?
Right.
They walk away with the NBA championship at the end of this season. They're
be all right.
going to be saying,
Yeah.
we should have gave up 6.
Right. And
Especially if Bridges keeps playing the way he's been playing.
And I'm not one of those guys who loves to see all the stars at the games and all that. That's ridiculous. But I read an article, Marty, that said, and it didn't say who won the auction, but apparently a celebrity won an auction for tickets to tonight's game, $1 million.
Yep.
And obviously it's charity and it's everything
Yeah.
else. And these guys obviously have the money to do
Yeah.
that. But come on, to be seen in MSG is really what it's all about, right?
Yeah, but here's the difference, and which I never knew.
Yeah.
Celebrity Rose,
Yeah.
those tickets are given out for free.
Really? Well,
Just,
that's-
and the stars already know who have them.
yeah.
So because they know they have the tickets, if they don't want to go,
Yeah.
they don't get used unless they give them to somebody.
Right. So, they
So
gotta give 'em- yeah.
whatever stars it was that had those 2 tickets,
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
I can't make that game. Turned around and told MSG, why don't we just auction it off?
Right.
All the money go to charity, 100%.
Yeah.
And Dolan said, no problem. That's what they did.
Right. Well, a guy on the radio, the local radio too, was saying today that $50,000 for tickets. Some people were paying.
Oh,
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's being, people are paying. That's the problem,
Yeah.
right? We've been saying this for years about everything, concerts, sporting events, whatever. People are paying.
Oh yeah, my wife and I were thinking about. I think it's September 11th.
Yeah.
Jeff Dunham's gonna be up in Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
Would love to go see that.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
love to go see one of his shows.
Right.
Nosebleed seats.
Yeah.
$193. At $193,000, $193 for nosebleed seats,
Yeah.
you can keep them.
Marty, I went on the Metallica pre-sale because they're going to they're playing at Mohegan Sun. First time they've played indoors in forever,
Yeah.
but in Connecticut, God only knows. I can't tell you, right? $1,000 a ticket for the nosebleeders. Anything close to the stage was $1,500, $1,600. And I was on the pre-sale. All right, I'm in. Thinking a couple $100. All right, you might have to suck it up this time. I am not sucking up that kind of money.
No, I mean,
I'm not doing it.
I mean, and I'm not saying it would ever happen,
Right,
but I remember back in 2013
Yeah.
when my grandson was born in Hawaii. My wife and I were in Hawaii.
Right.
Reba was playing at the Mohegan Sun the weekend after we got back
Okay. Yeah.
from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So I called from Hawaii, called Mohegan Sun, and wanted to get tickets.
Yeah.
They said the only thing they had available were floor seats
Okay. Okay.
at $285 a ticket.
Wow.
I told them you can keep it.
Right. Right.
So we get back from Mohegan Sun, we get back from Hawaii. The day of the concert, I called Mohegan Sun, thinking maybe someone had canceled tickets or something.
Right.
I called to see if they had tickets available for the Reba show that night.
Right. Right.
They said, yeah, we got floor seats, $87 a piece.
Wow.
I said, I'll take two of them.
Wow. Yeah, okay. Well, then maybe that's what I'll have to do. But remind me in November about that story. We move on to the NHL playoffs, which is, you know what, Marty? But you know me, I love hockey. Been watching all the games. Have not been able to make it to the end of the last two games because Carolina won game 2 in overtime, and then Vegas, as you know, won in double overtime.
Yeah, I watched the highlights on
Saturday
TV.
night, I guess it was. Marty, these games, don't get me wrong, I love that the NHL plays the games out, right? But when you're in double overtime, I remember a long time ago when I was working at ESPN, I was able to go to a Stanley Cup playoff it was actually a Stanley Cup final down in New Jersey when the Devils were still playing at the Burn and Burn Arena. And the same thing happened. I was working the game, but I was able to watch the game. It was clean up later, that type of stuff, right? So here was same thing, right? And I don't know, it was like a 2-1 game. First overtime passes, everybody's like, oh. Second overtime, I think it was the Ducks scored a goal to win the game, and you should have seen the place just deflate. And we're all exhausted, right? We're all getting home 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and our team lost. So, it's just these NHL games, they just go on forever. But it's been a good series. I've watched, as much as I possibly can. Rooting for Vegas. Just something about the Carolina thing. I'm a bitter Whaler fan.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Right.
I mean, it bothers me that Carolina has won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
That bothers me because they could have won that in Hartford, and if it was the state, if it was the NHL,
right.
if it was the owner, no one's ever taken responsibility
Right.
for the reason why the Whalers left.
Right.
So that's the reason why I have never been to a NHL game
Right.
since the Whalers left.
Yeah.
I have not watched a live NHL game on TV.
Okay.
I have, for the show, have gone and watched highlights on
Right, of
YouTube
course. Right,
just
right,
to
right.
see what happens, but I will not
Yeah,
invest any money in the NHL. And that's the reason why you will not see me buy any Whaler gear, because that money goes to the NHL.
Right. And the crazy thing with me, Marty, is I actually have I think, and I could be wrong about this, but I do believe that all of my Whalers gear that I have is original stuff. Still from, when did they leave? 98 or something, right? It's been 25 years since they've been gone. Should we still be bitter? Probably not. But I'm not going to root for the Canes.
No.
And I don't blame, fans like yourself to just,
And I
say no more NHL.
I will tell you right now, and the NBA and the WNBA need to understand this.
Yeah.
The Connecticut Sun, because of the fan base of women's basketball in the state of Connecticut, helped bring the WNBA back to where they are now.
Right?
Because of the Connecticut Sun and the Connecticut fan base.
The
And
bottom
now-
line is right. It's the Connecticut fan base due to the UConn women Huskies.
And now they decided that Connecticut doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
So as of the end of this season, when the Connecticut Suns play their last game
Yeah.
at Mohegan Sun, me watching a WNBA game, the WNBA is going to fall in the same pretense as the NBA. I care about the NCAA men's game. I
Right.
care about the NCAA women's game.
Right.
The pro game can kiss my behind.
Right. Okay. So back to the NHL. Like we said, Vegas has a 2-1 lead, and they won 5-4. I want to say on Saturday in double overtime. And the crazy thing about it was, I turned it off or fell asleep, whatever it was. It was actually 4-0.
Yeah.
Vegas in the third period.
Yeah,
So
I
Carolina.
watched the highlights. Yeah.
Carolina
four-
came
yeah.
all the way back, scored 4 goals, and they did the same thing in game 2 that they ended up winning.
They
They were
were
down 3-1 or 3-0, and they tied it in the third and won overtime.
matter of fact, if I remember right, because I watched
Yeah.
the highlights, if I remember right, they scored all 4 goals in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I saw something, and I can't remember which game it was. It was either game 2 or game 3. They had 2 or 3 goals in a 39-second, interval, which happens in hockey, but not often.
Right.
So
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I'm watching the clock. I'm almost sure it was like just over 2
Yeah,
minutes. They
yeah.
scored 4 goals.
No, could be because
Wow.
like I said, I believe I fell asleep on Saturday, and it was 4-0 when I fell asleep. Then all of a sudden I find out that Vegas wins 5-4 in double overtime. So Carolina, if they can get the next game is tomorrow at Vegas. Carolina better play early, not wait till the
Right.
not wait till the third period all the time.
Right.
But if they get to a game 7, which they might, because Carolina's pretty good, we're looking at 6/17, June 17th. So we could be looking at June 17th for NHL, June 19th for NBA. Although that doesn't really look like that's going to happen.
But you know the funny thing about that, we used to always make the joke that we'll be watching the NBA finals and the NHL finals on the 4th of July.
Right. And they're almost there.
And they're almost
They're
there.
really almost there. So quickly, tomorrow night in Vegas, Thursday at the Canes, Sunday at Vegas, and then, these are all, if necessary, obviously the last game, 5 and 6. No, 6 and 7, I mean.
Yeah,
'cause
6 and 7, yeah.
6 and 7. We're going to need 5. So 6 is at Vegas Sunday and next to it. And then the following Wednesday. Why there would be a 3-day layoff? It's got to be scheduling conflicts is the only thing I could think. A 3-day layoff between Game 6 and Game 7, which ends at the Canes if we get to it.
They must have some They must have some pretty big concerts.
They got something going on. Marty, I know you're the big race guy, so we have to mention the Belmont. I think we got plenty of time here, but I know you probably put a bet down.
No, I didn't get a chance
No
to.
wager, huh? No wager.
I can honestly say this is the first year because of issues. I did not get to bet on any of the games of any of the races.
Wow, you didn't do any of the
This
Triple
the
Crown.
first-
Marty has always done
This
the
is
Triple Crown.
this is the first year I didn't bet on a Triple Crown race.
In fact, you were the organizer when we worked together
Yeah.
at the shop. You were the organizer that would go down to OTB and
Yeah.
lay down our money.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So, anyways, so Golden Tempo wins again. Unfortunately, did not race in the.
Did not race in the Preakness. Right.
Yeah, did not race in the Preakness. So, gets a 2 out of 3.
Right.
Of the Triple Crown. Commandment, who I was not familiar with, was second, and Renegade came in third.
Right.
Now, any of these guys win place or show in the other races? I don't recall. I don't think so.
No, but they raced. I'm not sure about the Preakness, but I know Renegade came in 5th, I think, in the Belmont.
Okay.
I mean in the Derby.
Right, okay.
He was one of the favorites for the Derby.
Yes, that's why I remember the name then. That's got to be
Yeah.
it.
And as a matter of fact, Renegade was the favorite for the Derby, and everybody said because of the post position he got that it was going to be hard for him to win because he's one of those that likes to lay back and
Then
catch up,
Okay.
and he had, instead of being on the outside where you want to be if you're that kind of horse,
Yeah.
he had gone the wood position, so
gotcha.
he was trapped up against the rail the whole time.
Right. Now, this was the 158th running of the race, but second year in a row at Saratoga Springs?
Second year in a row at Saratoga because Belmont wasn't ready. And for the second year in a row, it wasn't a true Belmont Stakes.
Right, because it's usually an hour and
It's a mile and a half.
And then there's a mile and a quarter.
Mile and a quarter
Right.
because that's how long the track is
Right,
at
right.
Saratoga.
Right, okay.
That's the reason why the Derby, Churchill Downs is a mile and a quarter all the way around.
Gotcha, okay. Okay.
And the difference is between the Derby and the Preakness. The Preakness is an eighth of a mile longer. It's
Right.
3/16
Gotcha.
instead of a quarter mile. So you go that
Gotcha.
extra eighth,
Okay.
and then you hit the half.
Gotcha, okay.
And
Thanks
for
for
the
the
past-
clarification.
So for the past 2 years, you've gone from a mile and a quarter to a mile and 3/8
Yeah, yeah.
to a mile and
A quarter again.
a mile and a quarter again. So your horse got saved.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. And I saw something that's the 13th horse in history to win 2 of the 3 races.
Right.
So so
Yeah.
congratulations to Golden Tempo, and obviously congratulations to Sherry DeVoe, who had 2, the first female trainer, right?
First female trainer for the Kentucky Derby.
Right, for Kentucky Derby, but
Right.
also for the first to have 2 wins, right, in a Triple Crown. I thought that's what I read, but I'm not sure.
It might be for the Triple Crown because I know you had a woman trainer win at the Preakness before. You had a woman win at the Belmont before.
Ah,
So it
okay,
may not
okay.
have been the same woman. So under that circumstances, you would have had one woman that won the Preakness, one woman that won the Belmont. So you've got your first 2 women have won a Triple Crown race.
Gotcha. Okay, okay.
It's the first one that won 2.
Right. Maybe that's what it was. I read the article quick, and I just like, wow, congrats to her. I mean, that was that's a great accomplishment,
yeah.
obviously. But to get to 2 wins this year, that's
Yeah.
too
I
bad.
mean,
Too bad she didn't run in the Preakness.
Well, she said she didn't like she felt the way the horse looked after the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
That trying to push him in the race on 2 weeks rest
Right. Right. It was just not the right
was
thing to do.
was too much of a chance of an injury. So she said, for the health of my horse, I'm not running him in the Preakness. We'll look to the Belmont.
Gotcha.
Which you got to respect the trainer.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great call.
Right, because-
the health of the horse is the most important thing.
Right, that's
Let's
it.
face yeah.
The safety of the horse is the most important thing. Because if you don't care about the safety of the horse, then it becomes barbaric in the way you run races. Because you're not racing for the love of the sport. You're racing to kill an animal that doesn't need to die.
Well, and let's face it, I'm sure plenty of that's going on in the horse racing world, unfortunately, right? Behind closed
Yeah.
doors, whatever.
Well, unfortunately, and why they're dying, unfortunately, is that you have trainers that are so set on winning that they're loading their horses up with steroids, and if the horse dies, it dies. They don't care.
Right. Unfortunately, Marty, our society is all about winning, let's
Right.
face it. And especially when there's money involved, we
Right.
know that
Speaking of that, did you hear about the quarterback for Texas A&M? The NCAA,
not sure. What about it?
the NCAA stripped him of his rights to play.
Yes, for the 26th season, right?
No, they stripped him. They wanted to, they were trying to strip him of his scholarship.
Okay.
For gambling on sports, including gambling on his team.
Okay.
Well, he got a lawyer, and they went into court, and the court saw it in his favor, so they gave him back his scholarship at Texas
Wow,
A&M.
okay.
They gave him back his eligibility to play college sports.
Right. Oh, so is that the Sortenstein?
Yeah, I think that,
yes. Yeah, okay, so I did see that. Okay, yeah, no, I saw something about that.
I mean,
Earlier in the week, I saw something about
and
that.
it's,
Last week.
the kid's being paid. Here's my problem: the kid's being paid now for his image and everything,
Right.
to be in sports.
Yeah.
And he's getting his education paid for. He's not only it's not only gambling. I mean, gambling's all right, but he's betting. I don't know if he was betting against his team or
Yeah.
for his team.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if he's betting against the team, and he's the quarterback.
You know what? The bottom line is there has to be a fine line drawn. Athletes should not be betting while they're athletes. How do we say that?
Yeah.
Right? But then you look at things like DraftKings, and LeBron James is one of the faces of DraftKings,
Yeah.
right? I mean, to me, that is just
Yeah,
he's
but-
an athlete that is still playing.
Yeah, but the difference being in what he advertises
Right.
is the fantasy leagues.
Listen,
Which-
I get it, but he's still a face of DraftKings,
Right.
right? Just like this quarterback, right? He is the face of Texas A&M
Right.
football. He should not be gambling. Period.
Right, I agree. I agree.
Right.
I agree to a point.
Right.
I agree to a point.
Right.
I mean, if the kid's old,
We're not going to stop him anyways,
No,
right?
I mean,
right.
if the kid wants to go bet on a horse race,
Right.
kid wants to bet on a boxing match, kid wants to go casino and play blackjack.
As long as you're
Got no
21,
problem
right,
with
right,
that.
Right, as long as you're 21.
Betting betting on college football, especially your team,
Right.
and now you're praying to God when he's betting on his team, he's betting on him to win.
Right. And
Because
not
if he's
lose it.
betting on him to lose,
Right.
now he's sitting there, he's fixing the game because he's throwing the game because he's the quarterback.
I know.
So, I
Marty,
mean,
Marty,
this-
you cannot bet on UConn Husky sports in Connecticut, from what I understand, right? Now it won't stop you from going up to MGM in Springfield.
Right.
Maybe that's what they need to do across the board. I don't know. Somehow, see, this kid cannot bet in Texas. Now, if he decides to go to Oklahoma and lay down the bet, well,
Yeah,
or
but, But I mean, here's my point. He got caught.
right.
Now, what? I want to know who the moron judge was. I want to word this right. I want to know who the moron judge was.
Right, to
that
allow him back, right?
To turn around and sit there and say, "Oh, we don't care if he bet on college sports. We don't care if he bet on his team to lose.
Right.
We don't care. He deserves to have this."
Just
What
wrong.
kind of a moron can
Right.
you be?
Right.
The biggest questions I would have is what Texas A&M alumni had the money to pay this judge off to allow this kid to keep playing? Because you know, in order for him to keep his scholarship, to get his eligibility back, that some alumni paid that judge off millions of dollars just to make sure it went in that kid's way.
Well, Marty, we're out of here. So I just wanted to mention the Yankees and the Red Sox obviously split this with a rainout on Saturday. It's being played again, in August?
August 29th is split
Jesus.
doubleheader.
Jeez. And good luck, because the Yankees need Aaron Judge back as soon as possible. Marty, thanks as always. Marty Mad Dog Murphy. I'm Matt LaMadeline, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Enjoy your sports. All right.